What's going on, guys? I'm MrGoldenGamer and I make gaming videos that nobody watches. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get all of the upgrades for Ol Tessie in the Black Ops 7 Zombies map, Ashes of the Damned. Before we get into it, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more zombies guides just like this one. The first upgrade for Tessie is T.E.D.'s head, and this basically allows you to drive the vehicle. It's immobilized until you get this part, and from the starting room, you go into this server room and melee this little thing on the ground. You'll then be able to pick up T.E.D.'s head. Then you have to take T.E.D.'s head to Tessie and install it, and now you're able to drive the truck. The next upgrade is the Pack-a-Punch, and for this one, from the starting room, you can hop in the truck and choose to either go left or right. Left takes you towards Blackwater Lake, and right takes you towards Van Dorn Farm. In my game, I decided to go to the left. Once you're at Blackwater Lake, you need to clear the infestation off of this power pump, and once you do so, you need to run into the cabin upstairs and flip the power switch. Now that the power's been turned on at Blackwater Lake, we can continue on the road to Ashwood, where we can do exactly the same thing again, clear the infestation off of that power pump, and then flip the power switch up on top of the stairs. A little side note here, don't forget to go back to the third and final power pump to clear the infestation and flip the power switch there. In my game, this location was Van Dorn Farm. This is not required for the Pack-a-Punch upgrade, but you will need to do this at some point if you want to open up the entire map. So now that you have the power on in Ashwood, pull Tessie into the garage and interact with this workbench to install the Pack-a-Punch machine. Now, before you run to the comments to tell me that this is stupid because the game tells you how to do all of this, I am well aware. I just felt that the guide would be incomplete without me mentioning this. But the Pack-a-Punch machine itself works as you would expect, as it always has, to upgrade your weapons, but it also gives Tessie a speed boost that it did not have previously. The next upgrade is the Abomination Carcass. To unlock this, head to exit 115 and go into Reba's diner. You need to stay in the diner and kill zombies until a special zombie, the cook, will spawn. Kill the cook and pick up the freezer key that it drops. Go over to this freezer and interact with it, which it will then open to reveal the Abomination Carcass. Pick this up and take Tessie back to the garage in Ashwood, interact with the workbench again, and this time it will install the Abomination heads onto the front bumper of Tessie. This upgrade makes Tessie more durable, and it also unlocks the ability to shoot a laser attack out of the front of the vehicle. The final upgrade is the DG2 Turret, and what we need to do for this is first create a serum that requires some ingredients. The first ingredient is the Widow's Lantern, and to get this, we first need to head to Blackwater Lake into the cabin, where there will be a jar of spores in the kitchen. Pick up this jar and take it to Van Dorn Farm, where you'll then place it on this horse corpse. You need to wait 3 rounds. After 3 rounds, you can go back to this horse corpse and pick up the Widow's Lantern off of it. The next ingredient is the Horde Husk Chunks, and to get this, you need to drive around the fog until you see a glowing purple plant. You then need to use the Abomination Head beam attack on this plant to destroy it, and once it's destroyed, you can go over to pick up the Horde Husk Chunks. The third ingredient is human bones, and to get these, you need to go to Van Dorn Farm and into the barn where you will see this body hanging. One of his legs will be dripping blood. You need to throw a tomahawk at the ankle of the leg that is dripping blood. The foot will then fall onto the ground, but you're not done just yet because you need to get a Molotov to throw at this foot on the ground, which will then melt the flesh off, leaving just the bone itself for you to pick up. If you don't want to spend the salvage to craft the equipment, you can get a free tomahawk at the diner in exit 115, and you can also get a free Molotov cocktail on the barrel next to the garage in Ashwood. The next ingredient is Ravager Eyes, and you can get these by killing a Ravager with any of the saw blade traps around the map. Once you do kill the Ravager with the saw blade trap, you'll be able to pick up the eyes off the ground. The fifth ingredient is the Mysterious Limb, and you can get this by killing a Zursa, aka the bear, with an Abomination beam. The trick to this is depleting its health to just below a quarter health, and then hop in Tessie and hit it with the beam, and you should be able to kill it and then pick up the Mysterious Limb. In order to get the final ingredient, there are a couple of prerequisites. Firstly, you need to make sure to buy the new perk Wisp T, and secondly, you'll need the Necrofluid Gauntlet Wonder Weapon. You could get this out of the box, but I will show you right now how you can get the Necrofluid Gauntlet guaranteed for free every time. Starting on round 8, go to Janus Towers Plaza and walk up to this container where an Uberklaus will spawn. Kill the Uberklaus and pick up the stabilizer chip that it drops. Go to Ashwood into the sheriff's office and install the stabilizer chip, but this will fail. Now you need to throw 4 stun grenades at Klaus as quick as you can, and if you do so successfully, Klaus will join you out on the map. Now head to Zarya Cosmodrome and go to the support systems room and put Klaus in front of this panel. He will smash the panel and you can go interact with the green button. And now you need to stand in the scanner until the sequence is complete. Pick up the ether barrel from the wall, and now you need to take it to all 3 of the power pumps around the map to extract the refined energy. Make sure you do Van Dorn Farm last, because after that you need to take it to the basement of Van Dorn Farm and interact with this cube. Use the jump pad in Van Dorn Farm to see the 3 symbols on the roof. Remember these symbols and then input these into the cube in the cellar. Interact with the eye on the cube, and now you'll be able to pick up the necrofluid gauntlet, but you're not quite done because this triggers a lockdown where you need to shoot the green orbs around you and reload the wonder weapon. Once you're done, you've acquired the necrofluid gauntlet wonder weapon. Now that you have the gauntlet, you can head over to Ashwood up to the tailor shop where you will see this mirror. What we need to do is get the Wisp from Wisp T to activate near this mirror, and once you get that to happen, the Wisp will fly into the mirror, revealing this sort of prism thing in it. Now you need to shoot the mirror with your necrofluid gauntlet. The mirror will shatter and the powder of the Forgotten will appear on the floor for you to pick up. Now that we have all of the ingredients, you can head to Zarya Cosmodrome and into Yuri's laboratory, where in this back corner there will be a table with all of the ingredients set out on it. You need to find the tray with the powder and interact with that tray. Some smoke will appear, and on the chalkboard behind the table there will be a cipher. This is a pigpen cipher, and basically each one of these words will relate to one of the ingredients on the table. Here's a little graphic to help you out and show each ingredient and their respective pigpen cipher, but in my game, the 3 from top to bottom were Widow's Lantern, Mysterious Limb, then Human Bones. We need to interact with these 3 ingredients in the same order that they appear top to bottom on the chalkboard. So like I said, in my game, it was Widow's Lantern, then Mysterious Limb, then Human Bones. After you do this correctly, the table will start to have a red smoke around it. You can then approach the table to add your blood, and this starts sort of a ritual where you are locked into this room, your health does not regen, and honestly, it's pretty hard to stay alive. You need to bring in some cashmeres and just throw those, hope to keep the zombies away from you, maybe even an insta-kill gobblegum, but you just need to survive this, and once you've survived the lockdown, the whole room will fill up with purple smoke, and that's how you know you've succeeded. Now that the serum step is complete, if you make your way to Ashwood into Rabbit Alley, you'll notice that the Seal of Sorrow has spawned. It's this prism looking thing, and we need to find 3 different keys that are all hidden in the fog to open this thing. There are 3 different locations for each one of these keys. The first key is called the Bruin Key, and you can find this in the crashed rocket site. The first location is on top of the array tower just outside of Zarya Cosmodrome. The second location is on top of this cliff just to the left outside of Ashwood, and the third and final location is on top of the crashed power line. To get the key, you need to shoot it with the necrofluid gauntlet and retract the spike, and when you do, it will bring the key to you, and you can then pick it up. When you pick up the Bruin Key, it will force you to use a knife while holding it, but you have to take this key back to the Seal of Sorrows and then interact with it, and we can move on to the next key. The second key is called the Nightbird Key, and you can find this in the Orda Graveyard. The first location is behind this vehicle just outside of exit 115. The second location is in the T-Rex skull on the ground. It's really hard to see this one, but usually sits in the back of the skull. If you don't see it, just spam shoot a bunch of the spikes at it and retract, and hopefully you'll get it. And the third and final location is in the T-Rex skull up on top of the cliff. Like I said, same deal as the first one. You need to shoot this with the necrofluid gauntlet and retract the spike, then pick up the key. This key puts you at extremely low health while holding it, so be careful, use the truck to your advantage, but you need to take this key back to the Seal of Sorrows as well and interact with it, and we can move on to the third and final key. The last key is called the Terrapin Key, and you can find this on the grounded ship. The first location is underneath the ship in between these 2 barrels. The The second location is in the blue shipping container on top of the ship. And the third and final location is in this window on the shelf. This is really close to that blue shipping container. But when you pick up this key, it will slow you down significantly while you're holding it. So make sure you use the truck once again and take this back to the Seal of Sorrows where you can interact with it, and it will now open and play you a little cutscene. After the cutscene is complete, you now are able to pick up the DG2 Turret upgrade. Pick this up, then head back to the garage, make sure Tessie is in the garage, and you can interact with the workbench and install the DG2 Turret upgrade. And with that, Ol Tessie is now fully upgraded. I hope you guys found this guide helpful. If you did, be sure to leave the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Once again, I'm Mr. Golden Gamer. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.